Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Yoga for Wellness. My name is George Ethan Cox, your RYT 200-hour certified yoga instructor. And this is Bentley, and we have an awesome class today. We're called Root Flow, which is all about encompassing strength from the root of the body, from the tailbone to build strength that will lift the rest of the body up. Isn't that right, buddy? And this is all in partnership with Wilkes Recovery Revolution. Thank you for the opportunity to teach these classes. And I also just suggest that you wear something comfortable and have a nice space to work in. Blocks are not required, but are recommended to beginners and those who are not yet used to moving in yoga forms. And also, we just, excuse me. Sorry, buddy. And also just wanted to let you know that if you do anything that feels too much for you, I will also provide alternatives so all parties can practice. With that being said, roll out your mats, wear something comfortable, and we'll begin. But to start off with, let's just take a seat, whichever position helps you feel close to the ground. You can even lie on your back. Just find yourself nice and low to begin. Take your time getting there. No need to rush. We're here. We've shown up for ourselves. And that's the most important part. The most difficult part, some may say. So kudos to you for taking the time to practice some yoga today, to show your body a little self-care, to practice a little flow. Flow is the idea of using the breath to move the body from one point to another, as the breath carries us from each and every moment to the next moment of our lives, and will always be there with us until the very end, right, buddy? He's the real yoga expert. He agrees. As you are sitting or laying, let's go ahead and take a nice smooth breath through the nose. Breathe in. Let's breathe in together now. Find a rise in the chest. And smooth breath out through the nose. Relax the shoulders. Breathe in together now. Hands resting on the knees or at your sides if you're lying down. And exhale, smooth breath through the nose. Now continue your breathing. As we set an intention for our practice, let's just take a moment to notice the areas of the body that meet the floor beneath us. Breathe in. And as you exhale, imagine the tail of the body, the tailbone, rooting into the earth beneath you, growing, stretching further down into the deep, deep center of the earth. And use that root to create strength, to encompass stability. Let's all breathe in together again. And your eyes can stay closed or have a soft gaze. And exhale, release any thoughts or expectations and put aside the to-do list. Keep thoughts on that root as we continue our practice today. And we're going to utilize our focus around the tailbone and as well as the pelvic floor. You can continue in your seated. If you're not seated, go ahead and transition into a seated position. I recommended cross-legged seat for where we're proceeding. And on your next inhale in, maybe begin to bat the eyelashes open if they're not open already. And exhale, relax the shoulders. As we continue forward, I want you to just imagine a lift or support in the pelvic floor. Now, it doesn't necessarily mean you have to feel something, but try to imagine the energy in that area to kind of support the remainder of the body. So, inhale in, think nice and tall, reach through the crown of the head, and find strength from within from the pelvic floor. And as you exhale, imagine energy flowing down the back body, rooting down through the tailbone and beyond to the earth. Inhale, breathe in, find a whoosh of energy up, starting from the pelvic floor, up through the heart space and ribs, and through the crown and beyond. And exhale, energy down through the back body, down the spine, down the tailbone, and beyond to the earth center. One or two more breaths here, and just keep that mindfulness as we go forward. Thinking nice and tall. Letting go of your day so far and putting aside your to-do list as we encompass stillness and full mindfulness in today's practice. Awesome. All right, we're going to do a little movement. So to start, we're going to use our nose to guide us. We're going to press our nose forward while holding on to our knees here, nice and gently. Reaching forward, our heart scoops forward and carve a line with the nose, looking slightly upward. We're going to use our ribs to guide us, making a circle starting clockwise to round through and back. And we go backward as we exhale, drawing the navel in towards the spine, continuing through. Rib cage reaches to the left and forward. Beginning thinking cat and cow as we continue. Now, this might seem a little funky to those who are familiar with yoga, but the key thing is to use your rib cage to guide you here and thinking cat and cow as we inhale and exhale. So we inhale, think cow pose. And as we exhale, we round through, draw the navel in and back. Cat pose, excuse me. And some days, just be mindful if you're a regular practitioner that this might feel better some days than others. You might feel more capable, and that is okay. Everyone's in a different place at different times and different days. And when you're ready, switch the rotation, go in the opposite direction this time. Kind of stir in the pot here. Keeping mindful of the root, your tailbone, your sitting bones. Keeping them nice and glued down on the mat here. But also while giving your spine a nice flexion here, waking it up. Do one or two more rotations using their breath. If you find something that feels good, that kind of catches, and you want to play around there, go for it. All right. Inhale, back to center, spine nice and neutral. We're going to, from the ground up, we're going to raise our hands. Inhale. Exhale, drop the left palm. Think up and over from the right to the left, keeping both sitting bones glued down. You may have that urge to want to lift the right sitting bone up, but that means you want to move your left palm back just a little closer to your body. Think nice and tall here. Don't keep your crown of your head reaching through and up. Instead of allowing your neck to collapse here, maybe allow your gaze to look up, thinking a nice long stretch in the right side body. Big breath in. Exhale, cartwheel down to the right side. Flip the left palm up and over to the right. Inhale. Sitting bones nice and glued down. Keep root here. Relax the shoulders with your exhale. Inhale, deep in the stretch. Heart nice and open here. Pull the thumbs back. And then exhale, rain it down. Gorgeous. All right, take this chance here to move and transition to all fours. Take your time, no need to rush. We're moving at our own pace. And if you can feel that my breath cues are not where you're at, you are more than welcome to use your own. This is a safe space here. You are in your own homes or practice area. Do what feels good for you. So from here, we're just going to do 1 or 2 cat and cows here, but we're going to use our tailbones to initiate. So what that means is when you go into cow pose, you start with the tailbone and roll it up through the spine to look forward. Inhale, exhale, using your tailbone to go forward first and roll it through. One more. Inhale, tailbone to rise and use the rest of the body to roll up. And exhale, tailbone reaches down. Beautiful. Nice and neutral spine here. We're going to bring our toes to touch, knees as wide as the yoga mat. Walk your hips back to meet your heels and think and listen carefully. You want to stay nice and grounded in the tailbone here. So really take your time as you walk your palms forward, allowing your heart to melt down towards the mat. The main sensation I want you to experience here is grounding through the tailbone, reaching towards the mat, and creating an elongation in the torso. It's okay if your heart doesn't quite make it to the mat here. My main thing is to elongate the spine while also reaching the tailbone down towards the ground. Inhale in, look forward. Exhale, allow your heart to melt down just a bit. Breathe through the back body, continuing to reach the tailbone down. If you want something a little deeper, maybe you make little spiders with your hands by lifting your palms up off the mat like so. Breathe here. Feel the fascia of the back body stretch with your inhale and soften with the exhale. Inhale one more time, deepen the breath, deepen the stretch. And on your exhale, relax the palms back down to the mat and find ease. Relax the forehead down. Maybe you find a little forehead massage here on the mat. Then carve a line with the nose, look forward, and walk yourself back up to all fours. Alrighty. So from here, curl your toes under from a nice neutral spine and all fours, and we're going to walk our hands back, lifting up our knees, and then bringing ourselves into a yogi squat. I know that's an interesting transition to start off of, but we're going to be coming back here a little later. So we're not spending too awful long here, just trying to experience the sensation. Now, your feet, your heels don't need to touch the mat per se. And if you want to grab a block to hold on to kind of help you feel a bit better about this, you can. But if you're wanting to kind of warm up the feet here, kind of stretching through the fascia of the foot, this is your chance here. Kind of play around here with the sensation of this pose. All right, we're going to go walk back through, straighten the legs, kind of arch the back at the shoulders here, feet pressing, the heels pressing away from the body, crown of the head pressing or stretching beyond opposite of the heels. Inhale in, exhale, lower to the floor. Now press firmly into the pelvis here. Reach your elbows where your palms are. And inhale, look forward to Sphinx pose. Pressing firmly into the tops of the feet and the pelvic bone here. Cultivating strength from within. Maybe a slight tip of the chin down, creating length in the back of the neck. Inhale in, exhale, release. Press up to all fours. Inhale, curl the toes under, and exhale, peel the tailbone up. We're using our tailbone to guide us here. Opportunity to kind of pedal out through the feet, pressing firmly into all 10 fingertips and all 10 knuckles. All right, my friends. Anchor down through the left heel. We're going to bring our right foot up in between the palms and drop that back knee. Low lunge. Inhale, lift up through the chest, look forward, be light on the fingertips. Squeeze into the legs, into the imaginary middle line. Going to cultivate strength from ground up. Now this is an opportunity to learn about the four corners of the front foot, which is underneath the big toe or behind the big toe, behind the pinky toe, and underneath the ankle points. You want to press firmly into all four corners of the feet here. Press into the top of the back foot, kind of tuck down in the tailbone here. You have two opportunities here. You can lift up by pressing into your palms into the right thigh, or you can find strength from your pelvis here and your pelvic floor. And inhale, swoop your arms forward, up and back for a crescent lunge. Arms parallel to the ears, pressing firmly into that back foot, head over heart, heart over pelvis. Breathe. Inhale in, exhale, float the palms down. Plant those palms, bring the front foot back, and we're going to switch. We're going to look forward, go into a half plank here, lower all the way down, lower the feet, press into the pelvic bone and tops of the feet. Inhale, look up, cobra. Exhale, release. Soften, fold. Curl the toes under, press up to plank, whisper to yourself, I am strong. And then we bring our hips back, downward facing dog. All right, my friends, we're going to inhale in, exhale out. All right, my friends, bring your left foot up this time, look forward, and bring down that back knee. Uncurl those back toes, inhale, light on the fingertips. Low lunge. Press into all four corners of the foot. Option to press up onto your thigh to lift, or swoop your hands forward, up and back for crescent lunge. Inhale, lift in the front body. Exhale, grounding through the back body. Squeeze your legs into that imaginary line, cultivating that strength, pulling back in the left hip crease. Inhale in, maybe you bring your gaze up. Exhale, float the palms down to frame your feet. Curl the back toes under and lift the back knee now. Step or hop to the front. And we bring ourselves into a forward fold. Bring our feet hip width apart and bend the knees generously. Hang loose here. Maybe you find a gentle sway, kind of relaxing the head and the neck entirely. And maybe finding a little yes and a little no shake to the head. Maybe you Grab hold of each elbow and sway gently side to side. All right, my friends. Slide the hands up the legs. Inhale. Hands meet at the thighs. Halfway lift. Squeeze the elbows towards each other like grasshopper legs and extend the crown opposite of the tailbone. And exhale, we fold. Bring the hands to the hips. And we're hinging at the hips. We're going to use our hearts, inhale, to guide us all the way back up to Tadasana. Very strong pose here. Think head over heart, heart over pelvis. A lift in the pelvic floor, a rise in the heart space, lift in the crown. Inhale in. Exhale, relax the shoulders. Beautiful. We're going to inhale, reach the hands up high. Exhale, take the left palm and wrap it around the right wrist and stretch up and over, keeping grounded on the feet. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, opposite hand up and over. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, swan dive down. Awesome. We're going to inhale, halfway lift, hands on the thighs, shins, or floor. And exhale, fold, plant the palms, bring back one foot and another, lower all the way down to the floor. Inhale, lift up, cobra. Exhale, soften and fold. Press up to all fours or plank, and we will meet again in down dog. Awesome work. Inhale in here, and exhale out. Inhale, slide the right foot up high. Exhale, draw that knee in towards the chest. Look forward, squeeze that foot in towards the glute, and then bring that foot in between the palms here. Awesome work. So we're going to lower that back knee to start. We're going to raise that back up here in a second. We're going to inhale, swoop the hands forward and up. And then exhale, float them down. Now that we know that sensation, we're going to lift up on that back knee. We're going to try it again with the knee lifted. Inhale, swoop the hands forward, up and back, squeeze into that imaginary line. And exhale, relax the shoulders. Step up that back foot just a hair and pivot the toes out, and suddenly we are in a warrior one. Virabhadrasana 1. Widen your stance if you wish, but cultivate strength in that back leg into the interior of the back thigh here, kind of like you're trying to pull the back of the yoga mat towards you. Pressing firmly into the back pinky toe as well. Keep that bend in the front knee. Heart remains lifted, head over heart, heart over pelvis. Inhale in, exhale out. Inhale in, exhale, float the palms down, pivot that back toe, and then plant the left palm and inhale like a bow and arrow, pull the right hand up into the sky while keeping your crown of your head extended like it's trying to pull away from your tailbone here. Inhale, exhale, float it down. All right, bring that front foot back. We are in plank, claw into those fingertips. Inhale, kind of reach forward in the body. Exhale, relax it down towards the mat, belly to the mat here. Squeeze the elbows in together. Inhale, cobra. And exhale, release. Press up to all fours or plank, and we will all meet again in down dog. Take your time and breathe. Awesome work, my friends. Anchor down through the right heel, slide the left foot up high. Exhale, draw the knee in towards the chest, look forward, and plant the foot in between the palms. Drop that back knee. Squeeze into that imaginary line. Inhale, raise the hands up towards the sky. Exhale, relax the shoulders. Head over heart, heart over pelvis. Lift up in the pelvic floor. Inhale in, exhale, float the palms down. Lift the back knee. We're going to try that again. Inhale, float the palms up to the sky. And exhale, relax your shoulders once more. Step up the back foot just a hair so you can pivot it out and then adjust as needed with the legs. Nice strong back leg here. Think nice and tall. Warrior one, we are strong. Remember your breath. Try to remain nice and long through those breaths here. Inhale. Exhale, float the palms down. Plant that right palm only and then bow and arrow with the left hand reaching up towards the sky. Again, remembering not collapsing in the neck. Pull back on that back heel. Then exhale, relax the palm down. This time, we're going to bring the back foot to meet the front. Going to inhale, halfway lift, your version. Exhale, fold. Hands at the waistline. Inhale, guide with the heart, reach the body up to Tadasana. Inhale, reach the hands up high. And from here, pay attention. You want to bend at the knees, draw the hips back and down, and continue a little further down and back, keeping the arms parallel to the ears, palms facing one another. We're lowering down into chair pose. Breathe here. Imagine yourself holding a beach ball in between the palms here. If you feel a little shakiness, that means your body's awake. Kind of tuck the tailbone in just a hair. Keep looking forward. Inhale, exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, plant the palms, bring back one foot and another. Lower all the way down, lower to cobra or chaturanga to up dog. And we will meet in downward facing dog. Take your time. All right, my friends. Inhale, lift the right foot up high. Exhale, draw the knee in towards the chest, look forward and plant the foot in between the palms. Step up that back foot just a hair so you can pivot the toes out. Inhale, swoop the hands forward, up and back. We're going straight into warrior one. Nice and strong back leg here. Breathe deep. Bend through that front knee. All right, so listen closely, my friends. We're going to unpivot that back foot. We're going to lower our arms into airplane now and lift up just a bit as we bring our hearts forward to guide into airplane, and then glide our back toes up to meet the front feet. To let that bring us into Tadasana. Breathe. Lifting our heart space, tailbone reaches down. Just take a moment to notice how you feel. Take a moment for you. Inhale, swoop the hands up high. Squeeze the legs together this time. Not zip up through the legs, and then exhale, draw the navel in and up and their tailbone down and back as we go again into chair pose. Beach ball. Gaze forward. If palms aren't facing up or going upwards, they can go straight forward. Maybe lower a little further down if you wish. And then exhale, we fold. Inhale, halfway lift, your version. And then exhale, plant the palms, bring back one foot and another, lower to cobra or chaturanga to up dog. And then we will meet once more in down dog. Beautiful. From here, my friends, we're going to take a breath. Take one breath here to refresh. Anchor down through the right heel this time. Swim that left foot up again and draw that knee in towards the chest, squeezing that left heel into the left glute. Look forward and plant that foot in between the palms. Now step that back foot up just a hair and inhale, reach the hands forward, up and back, warrior one. Nice and strong pose here, my friends. Remember, head over heart, heart over pelvis. Keeping strong in that back leg. When you're ready, float those palms down so they are parallel with the hips here. We're going to lift up on that back heel, and like you're peering into a pool of water, bring your heart forward and bring our weight towards that left foot, lifting up on that back toe just a bit, just to glide it up to the front of the mat, lifting your heart space, allowing yourself to meet me here in Tadasana. Take a moment for you to notice how you feel. Beautiful work today. I hear Bentley making his loud sound. He's practicing Ujjayi breath back here. Gorgeous. All right, my friends, let's all meet in the center of our mats, like so. And we're going to bring our feet together, really together, zipping up through the legs, through the midline here, strong in the core. And we're going to do some tree. So tree pose, what I recommend, especially if you're a beginner, is to place your palms at the heart center, allowing your sternum to rise up to meet the palms, so the thumbs here. Find a point of focus in front of you to gaze at through this practice, so it could help you balance. Now, to start, we're going to practice lifting our right knee and squeezing it up with the palms here. We'll interlace the fingers around the knee just to practice our balance, pressing into all four corners of that left foot, active right foot. Use your left hand, or release your left hand and place it back on the sternum for balance, and then use your right to open the right legs here. If you're feeling wobbly, that is okay. And it's okay if you fall too. We all fall sometimes. There are different places and different days. And at this point, you either place your foot on your thigh or on your shin, or even toes on the floor. Wherever you are, take your position. Breathe here, keeping your sternum nice and lifted. Lift up from the pelvic floor, draw the navel in, breathe. Knee open. Now there's several options for the branches of the tree. You can have your hands in the heart center and pressing firmly the feet into the thigh here. You can have your hands wide or in goalpost arms or cactus arms. Raise them up towards the sky, wiggling the fingertips, or your branches could even have a little sway in the wind. But you want to have a nice strong foundation. Imagine your feet reaching down, rooting down to the earth, allowing that to support you. Use your breath, use your core, keeping a lift in your heart space. Inhale in and exhale slowly, slowly, slowly. Bring your right foot to the ground, bring your palms together in Anjali Mudra. And you can shake that left foot out if you like. Opposite side. Let's try this. Okay, my friends. Second verse, same as the first. We're going to inhale, bring our left knee up, catch it. Nice and tall in the sternum. Find your focal point here. Bring your right palm or right thumb to the sternum to rise the sternum up to the thumb. And then guide your left foot to its point of stationary here, wherever it's going to stay, and focus on pressing firmly the foot into the part of the leg or floor that you wish to keep it. Find that opposition to cultivate strength. Find that lift in the pelvic floor. Breathe. Now you get to play with the arms here. Your arms could be open. They could be goalposts. They can be up in the sky or sway. Just keep your heart lifted, or your hands could stay in Anjali Mudra. You feel wobbly? I feel wobbly. It's okay. We are all there sometimes. It's the point of we keep trying. Even if you fall or lose balance, you keep trying, you're still growing stronger. Effort always pays off, regardless of how many times you fail. It's the choice to keep trying, and it's when you give up is when you really fail. So keep on. You got this. Breathe, breathe, breathe. That's the biggest thing here also. Breathe, use your breath. Inhale in, and exhale, float that foot down nice and slowly. Shake out that right leg. You deserve it. Gorgeous. From here, we're going to open our legs out wide and swim our hands up towards the sky, making a big starfish here, nice and big. And then exhale, we point our toes outward, bend the knees, bend the elbows, and dropping our torso down in space into a goddess pose or saddle pose. Kind of pulling the elbows back here, keeping our tailbone reaching down. And inhale in, stretch. And then we're going to do one more. We're going to hold this a little bit longer. Bend the elbows, bend the knees. Nice strong core here. Head over heart, heart over pelvis. Again, we're just dropping the torso down into space. Breathe, breathe. You got this. We're holding for 5, 4, 3, you got this. 2, you're feeling warm. 1, press up. Starfish, you are a shining star. You deserve this. And then heel toe the feet together. Try to see if you can do it without looking down. And bring the hands to the heart center. And then draw your chin to chest in gratitude for this moment. You've done it. And exhale everything. Nice sigh out. Beautiful. All right, my friends. We're going to go into our yogi squat. So open the feet wide again. Just a little wider than hip width apart. And we're going to inhale, lift the palms up, and exhale, forward fold. Maybe this is the opportunity to grab a block here. But if you wish to continue, we're just allowing our tailbone to drop into space. Nice and slowly, nice and easy. And we find ourselves in frog pose. Now, options here, you could stay here. You can have your block support your palms or sit underneath your hips. Whichever works best for you. And maybe you want to just have your hands hold you here, just focusing on the opposition of the arms against the legs, keeping your tailbone reaching downward. Maybe you bring your hands back into Anjali Mudra. Focus on the opposition and pressing your palms firmly in together, elbows against the legs. Nice long part. Think of your crown of the head to the tailbone as one long part here. Nice and tall. And then exhale. Bring your hands behind you and guide your tailbone to the floor. Bringing the knees nice and wide, feet to touch as we meet in dragonfly pose. After all that, I think we deserve a little motion here. So allow your knees to flutter just a bit, keeping your heart lifted, wrist or hands around the ankles here. Find a little release. Beautiful work. All right, we're going to go from here. Use your palms to guide your knees back together. We're going to transition along the mat here into a staff pose. Feet nice and long, away from the body. Tailbone, while you sit on your sitting bones, bring your hands to your hips to press into the mat, to lift the torso, to lift the heart space up into space. Maybe you guide your gaze upward just a bit. Gorgeous. Maybe if you want a little extra, you can walk your hands back just a bit to even more so accentuate the heart opening effect. Maybe use your nose to carve a line upward. Alrighty. From here, my friends, we're going to give ourselves a little twist. So bring your right foot over the left thigh here. Wrap your left arm around the right leg and your right hand behind you. Think nice and tall. And then gentle twist to the right. Bring your gaze past the right shoulder. Avoid the crunching sensation here, but this should feel really good in the right glute. Alternative, you can bring your left elbow to hook around the outer edge of the right leg here. Keeping nice and tall. Remember the crown to tailbone connection. Inhale into the belly and draw the navel in as you exhale. All right, let's switch. Unravel that right leg and we'll bring it to the other side. Cross that left foot over the right. Wrap your right elbow around the knee. Think nice and tall. Inhale in. Exhale, draw your gaze to the left shoulder. Nice and soft. Heart opened here. And release. While we're sitting like so, we're going to do a little boat work here. So, starting with our hands on the mat, we're going to inhale, bring up our right leg to start, keeping your heart lifted, and then the left. Shins parallel to the sky. Now, this might be your boat pose, and that is excellent to practice that way because we want to maintain keeping our heart open, but just take a moment here to acknowledge the rooting of the tailbone down to the floor. That is what is supporting us and our body in this moment other than our palms. Ideally, or our goal, would be to bring up one palm and the other as we are fully supported by our root chakra here. Keeping our heart lifted. Maybe we practice straightening one leg and then another. You're feeling shaky, you're working the core. That is cool. Maybe you experiment with elongating everything and then bring it all in together into a hug. Maybe if you just wanted to practice tapping one toe down at a time, there are several options here, and you don't necessarily have to have your hands guide you. The hands up with your legs, you can keep them on the floor if that's best for where you are today. It sometimes takes a lot of time to get to some places in yoga, and I'm still got a long way to go in a lot of aspects. But also I've noticed there are places that I never would have thought I would have made it if I was doing this 5 years ago. And release. Nice and long. Palms behind you. Feet as wide as the yoga mat. And allow your legs to fall to the left. Breathe in. and out. Breathe in and switch your rotation. And exhale to the right. Breathe in. Exhale. Bring it back to center. Awesome work. From here, my friends, we're going to bring our bums forward, grab hold of the thighs, and allow yourself to roll back. Draw your knees in towards the chest, and then elongate the left leg only. Breathe in, and exhale, relax the foot down. This is known as wind reliever pose, and that's really what it's called for those at home. You can look it up. But yes, it's powerful as it can help you release some flatulence, if I'm being quite blunt. But it's also really good hip opener. You can practice by swaying your knee from one side to another gently. All right. Inhale, draw your knee towards your nose. And then exhale, release your head and neck and shoulders and bring both knees into the chest. As you exhale, straighten out that right leg this time, bringing the left knee in. Inhale. Exhale, release the right heel. Okay, take a couple breaths here. Maybe you play around with getting a nice little massage in the left hip flexor. Squeeze it into the chest. And then exhale, let it go. Bend both knees at this point. Feet flat on the mat. We're going into bridge pose. So make sure your feet are nice and snug, close to the tailbone or the hips. Press firmly into the mat here. Excuse me. And we're going to inhale, find a lift in the pelvis. Lifting, starting from the tailbone, using that to guide your tailbone towards your knees. And nice and slow, we're going to rise up the hips. Chest reaches towards the chin, chin lifts up towards the sky. And as you exhale, take meticulously slow amount of time just to notice the massage of each vertebrae as you lower. Let's do that again. Press firmly into the palm, using your tailbone to guide you. We're going to lift up the hips, pressing firmly into the feet and the palms, taking your time here in bridge pose. And then exhale, nice and slowly, we lower down. Use your breath. Got one more of these. You got this. Inhale, lift up the hips. Nice and slowly. Find that massage in the spine. And then release slowly as you exhale. Gorgeous. From here, we're going to take our right heel, bring it over the left thigh. We're going to do a figure 4 stretch or supine pigeon, wrapping or interlacing the left leg. Interlacing the fingers around the left thigh, excuse me, and a gentle pull to the body, maybe a gentle sway from side to side, active right foot. Should feel really good in the hips. And from here, lower that left foot, bump your hips to the right, open the arms wide, and allow your legs to fall to the left. So the bottom of your right foot should be on the floor or mat at this point, as we got this twist going on here. And you want to keep both shoulders nice and glued down to the mat. Maybe bring your gaze to the right if that's accessible to you. A couple breaths here. Inhale through the belly and exhale there too. All right, bring yourselves back to the center of your mat. We'll switch, unravel the right foot and bring the left foot over the right thigh. Interlace the fingertips behind the right thigh this time and give it a pull towards your chest. Active left foot in right this time. Maybe a gentle sway side to side. Find what feels good. I know you've heard that before if you know a certain YouTuber. Maybe you rotate the ankles here. Squeeze that into the chest. Exhale, release the foot down to the mat. Bump your hips to the left this time. And then open the arms out wide. Allow your legs to gently fall to the right for a twist. Maybe bring your gaze to the left. Breathing into the belly. Finding ease here. Relax the skin of the forehead. And unravel at your pace. All right, I got one more pose before we go into yoga freestyle. And that pose is happy baby. So grabbing hold of the outer edges of both feet. That's not accessible to you. Take your peace fingers, wrap them around the big toes. We're going to kick up one foot at a time while also maintaining our tailbone to reach down to the front short edge of the mat. Or maybe it's the back, wherever you've started, from where you started today. But we're just kicking up one at a time, reaching that tailbone down, keeping that root. Should feel really good stretch after today's practice. And now, option to do a little yogi freestyle. You could repeat something I've done earlier, like another bridge pose, or we could do some staff folds. You can even do a plow pose if you want to do inversions today. You can even do leg up the wall pose. And if you don't want to do it with the wall, you don't have to do it with a wall. Just have your legs extended like so. Practicing releasing the blood flow. I like to think of it as a supine staff fold or staff pose. If you want a little more activity, you could do some more of the boat posture we practiced. You could do some knee hugs or knee circles. But when you're ready, and only when you're ready, I'll invite you to let one foot fall, and then the other, allowing it to spill off your mat. Allowing your hands to either fall at the sides gently with the palms facing up, or rest your hands on your heart or belly. Just feeling and noticing the rise and fall of the breath. I invite you to soften the gaze or maybe close your eyes. Find this moment of stillness, moment of surrender to the present moment, just letting everything go. Letting go of your thoughts, letting go of expectations for the day or the next task on your to-do list. letting go of doubts. Allow yourself to feel the floor beneath you. Feel supported by the floor beneath you. Notice the ground beneath you rising to meet your body. You are supported in this moment. Take a moment just to analyze the body, noticing how each part feels, starting from the feet, moving up the legs, bringing your awareness through the hips and pelvis, up through the torso and ribs. Notice these parts without judgment. Just notice. And continue your awareness to flow through your shoulders, down the arms, to the hands. Take some deep breaths here. Relax the skin of the forehead and bringing your awareness up the neck and through the skull, the face, the forehead, to the crown. Scanning the entire body, just noticing how you feel. Just noticing. Just breathing. Just being. Relaxing the jaw, releasing your tongue from the roof of your mouth. Finding ease here. Just noticing your breath and returning to your breath when your mind begins to wander. Allow yourself a few more moments of stillness here. We will conclude shortly. All right, my friends, bring your awareness back into the space. Begin stirring your toes, wiggle your fingers, bringing life through the limbs from the ground up. Maybe you sway your forehead to one side and another. Nice and easy. Maybe you begin to bat the lashes open nice and gently. When you are ready, allow your knees to bend, feet flat on the mat, and roll over to one side. Take your time. You can stay here as long as you want. And when you're ready, press all the way up to a seated position. Allow your palms to float towards your heart center and bow in gratitude, thanking yourselves for taking the time to practice as we all together come to say the sacred yoga term, Namaste. Thank you all so much for joining in today on this very yummy practice. We have more in store for you for a future on Saturday mornings at 11 a.m. Thank you for joining in. Leave a comment below or check out our web pages for more. And I hope to see you guys again soon. Have a wonderful week, you guys. I'll see you then.